name is Tabitha and I'm 5 years old. Come, follow me. Have you ever had a fear of something? Has it ever been bad enough that you don't even want to overcome it? Well, I hope my story can help you see how we can have victory in Jesus, even in the most difficult situations, if we will first ask for His help, then surrender ourselves to Him. Because we live next to the ocean, we go to the beach very often. My big brother and I had been taking surfing lessons from our friend. When we were coming right along in our lessons, when our family had to take a trip to the mainland for 3 months, we knew we would miss surfing. So the day we left, we decided to take in one more surf. We were having a great time. Up to this point, I had only surfed with someone else on the board. But this time I caught a wave all by myself. What big fun! And then the big wave turned and tipped my board over. Oh no! I don't know how to swim. I could see Mother in front of me waiting to catch me where I was supposed to land, but I couldn't reach her. My board was gone and the water came over my head. I couldn't think of closing my eyes or my mouth. I just kept going up and down. It seemed like a long time till Mother's hand finally grabbed mine. I was so scared, but I was okay. Then we went off on our trip. We didn't really talk about the wipeout, but we talked about my catching my first wave all by myself. Nobody really knew that I was afraid of the ocean. When we got home, everyone was excited to get back to the beach. No, everyone but me. The first day back, Mother noticed I didn't really want to get very wet and didn't want to go surfing at all. She asked me why, and I just told her I wasn't ready. Maybe I would go when I was 6. Our neighbor said that was a very long time to wait, but it didn't matter to me, so I played in the sand. The next day we were going to the beach. Mother got out the orange life jacket and asked me to carry it. I told her I didn't plan to go in the water, so I wouldn't be needing it. She insisted, so I took it. On the walk to the beach, she explained to me that she knew I was now afraid of the water, and it was her responsibility to help me overcome that fear. I told her I didn't want to overcome it. I could wait until I was 6, but Mother insisted that now was the time, and told me a story of a little girl who was afraid of horses after she fell off. Her mother worked with her for many days, just staying on the horse. Then she led the horse, and the little girl enjoyed riding again. Father overheard our conversation and told me I could do all things with Jesus' help. I wasn't really sure I wanted to do all things. Actually, I just didn't want to go in the water. Mother asked me to pray and ask Jesus to help me not be afraid in the water and have victory over my fear so I could have fun. I stopped and asked Jesus to help me not be afraid. I really didn't want to have fun. Mother heard my prayer and asked me to ask Jesus for the victory so I could have fun. I did. As we got to the edge of the sand, Mother put the life jacket on me. I know I wasn't very cooperative, so Mother asked me to ask Jesus to help me surrender my heart. I did, and I didn't really feel any different, but I chose to cooperate with Mother. As Mother and I stepped into the water holding hands, I could feel the water on my feet and legs, and I could feel the fear start in my tummy. It didn't take long to get to the part that was too deep for my feet to touch the bottom. Then Mother picked me up and carried me. I hung onto her neck tight. I could feel the tears squeezing out from my eyes. Mother looked at me and said I didn't need to cry and suggested I talk to Jesus again. The tears stopped, but I was ready to go back. I told Mother I wanted to go back, but she said we were going to stay out there until I was having fun. Oh, that could be a long time. So I told Mother, I'm having fun. Can we go back? Somehow, Mother knew I wasn't really having fun. Now I really had no other choice. I either could surrender and allow myself to have fun, or we could be out there a really long time. Jesus helped me to surrender and relax a little. Just then, Elijah came out with his surfboard. Mother asked him to bring it over to us and told me to just sit on it for a little while. I told her I didn't want to. She said she knew it, but it was important for me to have a complete victory. She helped me get on, and I held on tight while she held the board steady. I told her I was ready to get off, but she said we needed to stay on until I felt comfortable enough to ride the big board with a friend who teaches us. So we caught a few more waves until I was ready to go on the big board when our friend came. I helped Mother kick us back to shore, and when we got in the shallow water, Mother said she was going to let go of me to show me how I could float. No, I didn't want to float. As she pulled her hands away from mine, I started to cry. Then she held onto my hands again and asked me to pray. I asked Jesus to help me, and he did. She let go again, and I could float. But the life jacket kept me from touching the bottom. Mother took it off and asked me to put it in the sand and then come back and play with her. I did. And we were blowing bubbles and catching one wave after another. We were really having fun. What victory Jesus had given me in such a short time. Pretty soon, Mother had to take care of Baby. She asked me if I wanted to play in the sand with her. I played for a while, but then went back to swim. It was just like old times. I was jumping and diving and catching waves while Mother was watching from the shore. Then suddenly the water came over my head and my feet couldn't touch the bottom. I could see Mother on the shore looking at Baby, but my mouth couldn't call her. It was happening again. When Mother looked up, she could see my eyes were big and my mouth was wide open and I needed help. She ran with Baby out to get me. When she lifted me up, I couldn't help but let out a big cry. I was sobbing and my body was shaking. This was a big test. Had Jesus really given me the victory? Right then, Mother reminded me of the victory Jesus had given me. It helped me to relax. Mother asked me to show her all the fun things I was doing, but reminded me to stay where I could touch the bottom. I went right back to diving for rocks and catching the waves. About that time, my friend came with his windsurfing board. He took Elijah for a ride and then came back for me. I didn't want to go. Mother reminded me that Jesus was with me. I hesitated but agreed to go. Mother prayed with me and asked Jesus to keep me safe and help me to have fun. It was a lot of fun, and next time I'm going to stand up just like Elijah did. On the way home from the beach, I asked Mother if we could come back tomorrow so I could have even more fun. We talked about how sweet the victory was that Jesus gave me and how happy I was that he helped me be willing to work with him to have it. Now I know that this is how Jesus wants to help me overcome and have victory in all things, and I know he can do the same for you.